Hi, my name is Laura Shaw. I am so excited to come to you today and talk about sharing doTERRA naturally. It really is very much like what the topic here today is, sharing doTERRA naturally. It happens kind of organically sometimes for most of us. Most of the time we're looking for a solution or an ongoing issue that we've been having, and we find that essential oils are playing a big role in a positive way in our lives. So then we start to get results, and now we find that we want to go ahead and decide to share, or someone notices that we pull out a bottle of oil and they ask us, what is that? Or what's that awesome smell? Or what are you doing? You know what I mean by applying that oil on your body or um, or diffusing it. So a lot of times it happens so organically, and we find ourselves sharing doTERRA. But very often we find that I also see people are hesitant to share doTERRA because they don't know what it really means when you do that. They get intimidated, they start to compare it with other marketing companies out there, that they start to think maybe I just don't want to be overtaken by it, and you don't have to. But I do want to open the conversation up to what does it mean to share doTERRA naturally and organically. And when you first join doTERRA, we get this amazing, beautiful packet, and with our membership. And in our membership, you'll see a brochure like this called Living. Hopefully you can see it with the lighting not being so bad in here. It's called Living doTERRA. And then you'll get another brochure called Sharing doTERRA Naturally. And what I see very often is that we get excited about the oils, and then we put our packet aside and we don't go over the material. I think doTERRA does a wonderful job putting this material together. And I think that we should take some time to review it together. So here we go. Okay, so this is a very updated Sharing doTERRA Naturally brochure, by the way. I've seen it's very beautifully, and I love how they display these amazing graphics for you. Like, it really does come from the peel of the orange, where the oil comes from, and you can see the young little girl applying the oil, and the older lady, or the younger lady actually, smelling it and diffusing it. And what I love about this picture is that they have these amazing big smiles, and that is something that I see very often. I could be teaching a class or sharing with somebody, and they have this kind of not so sure kind of look or whatever, and then as soon as they apply the oil or smell the oil, their faces will beam up. It's beautiful. I love to see that. And then I love how they say the cassia. They extract the oils of this little bark here, this cassia bark, and we end up having cassia essential oil. I just love these graphics. And I love this picture as well because it kind of shows, let me see if I can get the light a little better. It shows how, you guys, very often we have oils in our bags or in our purse, and we pull them out, either before we're going to meet with somebody, and you'll have this aroma smell on you, and they're like, what is that perfume, or what is that you're using? And it really starts to happen very organically, just like this picture here, and you want to share it. And so what the first topic says, why share doTERRA? Okay, let me put my timer on. It's important that I stay on target. And so why doTERRA? Why share doTERRA? Well, for me personally, is that I wanted something to benefit my family in a safe, non-toxic way. I wanted to have the ability to have these remedies, these oils in my hand in case I wasn't able to make it to the doctor, or I was in the middle of the night, for emergencies, for everyday acute issues, or whatever that's going on in our bodies. I wanted to be more of empowered self, empowered mom, a parent empowered wife, sister, friend. And when these oils came into my life, I realized they were impacting me in more than just keeping this information to myself. It was so overwhelming, the results that I get. I just wanted to start sharing this information. So it has the ability to change lives, and I believe that it actually did change my life. And I know, watching my family, my sisters, my mom, it definitely has given them this excitement to not be afraid of, when you do get sick, all that emotion just overtakes you, because you know that it's going to stop you from doing the things that you do normally. But when we have these amazing oils, we know, hey, we're going to recover faster. We're going to feel better. We're not going to we're not going to feel so down. So we want to be able to share that with somebody, right? I would hope that you would want to not keep this great information to yourself and just say, I'm going to just, share with a friend over lunch, or have a few of my friends over for, to talk about it. And it doesn't have to look like a classroom setting. It could be a gathering. It could be just casually over a reunion. I mean, it is about just organically fitting perfectly into your lifestyle and into your homes and into your own environment. So that is one of the reasons why I love doTERRA as well, is that it doesn't look like the specific box, it's outside the box. So how to get started? Okay, so how do you get started? And I will remember that I knew the minute that I actually grabbed that bottle. Let me grab a bottle and grab this bottle. I knew that the minute I opened it, smelled it, even put some on my hand by applying, that one game order, and rubbing it, I knew, oh my gosh, that it was so invigorating and so powerful, and so that actually gave me the sense like, wow, this is not just some essential oil from the store. This is not just this is more than just a bottle full of, liquid in it. So I knew that they had to experience that as well. So I have these little sample bottles that you can purchase, or ask your team to see how you can get a hold of them. These little bottles here, and I would give a sample out. Sometimes it would be just one of the top 3 oils of doTERRA is lemon, lavender, and peppermint. So those were always a good choice to just give somebody. And then I would instruct them and write a little note on how to use them, or what are some of the ways I personally use them. Sometimes I would personalize the samples so that if they had an issue they wanted to have a remedy for, or wanted to learn more about how to resolve something, I would give them maybe more specific samples to that. But I do recommend that you give them at least a sample or a smell or an experience of an oil with some instructions on what to do with it, or why are you using it in this way. Many times I would loan a diffuser. Somebody was having a major respiratory issue, and that would give them enough to experience that oil themselves in their home and in their own privacy. So those are just little quick ways. I have many examples, and a lot of times I suggest that you go to the person that invited you to this class or to this webinar, and ask them what are some ways you can share with a friend or family member, and I believe that all of us will have something that you can do. So again, it's not very difficult. It's not you don't have to have all these oils either. You can just have the ones that you've tried, and then if that's what you feel comfortable sharing with other people, then go for it. Then just use those oils. The other thing is following up. Many times I find that we get so busy in our lives that we forget, let me see if I can expand that a little bit more. We forget, you know, to just try these things out or forget to call back or whatever. And I know when somebody does follow up with me, I'm like, oh man, I forgot, you know. So you want to be able to follow up with that sample, and that way you know that they're not putting it aside just because they're still confused about what they're supposed to do with the bottle. And these sample bottles, by the way, are kind of tricky if you tap it on the bottom. So you would almost have to tell that person all the time, make sure you tap it on the bottom so that the oil will come out. And then you can instruct them on where to apply the oil. And so that you know, you also get a product guide with your brochures in this introductory packet, and around page in this product guide, page 9, it will give you this chart of how about application, if it's aromatic, topical, internally, and skin sensitivity. I promise you that you don't have to be like knowledgeable for months and months and months, or you know, years or whatever. You can just look at the information that doTERRA has given you in your introductory packet, and you will have a sense of direction. I promise you that. And if you get a hold of somebody that's been sharing with you, or your enroller, your upline, they will also help you. So there's always room for just, you know, having the ability to just ask somebody else that how do I approach this person or whatever. So don't be intimidated by that. Let me see if they haven't. Let's read some of these follow-up points. Ask if they have had a chance to use the oil. Never assume they have. If they haven't used the oil yet, be prepared to offer a personal experience that will motivate them to try the oil. Then tell them you can call back and follow up with them in a few days. And you know, you can ask permission and say, is it okay if I call you right back, or I call you in a couple of days, or what is the best way of following up with you? And those are getting some permission by them and not feeling like you're intruding too much in their lives. If they did use the oil, ask them how it went. If they loved it, invite them to a class. If they didn't get the results they wanted, don't stress. Give them a different oil to try and repeat the process. Okay, so take a look at a few of the leaders have said about why they share doTERRA. And here's some awesome quotes, and I'm going to read Charlotte Snow one. It's not the wealth or fame that gives you a sense of completion. It's the effect we have on others that is the most valuable currency doTERRA has to offer. So I think that it is very, I can't tell you how many times I've gotten so many text messages and about how wonderful the oils worked or how it's changed their life. And you know, I've gotten some text messages that are like, no, it didn't do what I thought it was going to do, you know, and you just hope that they would want to try again. And if not, you know, you just wait until they're ready to see if they're willing to try a different oil. Okay, and I love how doTERRA even prepares you to be successful. So here is this awesome little sheet they give you so that you can attach the samples to to each little card. So one of the things too is that doTERRA is amazing on providing you so much resources to be successful. You don't have to invest a lot of money. You can just write a cute little note. Even you can put the oil in a note in a little sandwich bag. You can put a note and the sample in a cute little baggie, or you can do whatever is convenient for you and affordable for you. So, but doTERRA does offer you a sheet of samples cards that you can easily give somebody for free. So it comes with your introductory packet. So, and here it gives you some primary benefits. It's always good for them to see how other ways to use lemon. And you know, lemon is so easy. It's a good veggie cleaner. It's a good detoxifier. Immediately I would put it in my diffuser. It's clean. It's not overbearing. It's just a beautiful scent and aroma, and something that you can use daily. Okay, so holding a class can be kind of daunting or intimidating for many of us, and I know it is for me. I don't necessarily think that's one of my strongest suits, but I have done a lot of classes, and also have done many one-to-ones. And one-to-one would mean I just sit down with that person and kind of get over some of the oils with them and kind of share with them with my product guide and my even the living brochure. With my living brochure, it's a good resource as well, and just kind of explain to them what is an essential oil and so forth. So holding a class, there are 3 main parts. You have to invite them, right? So in order for you to invite them, you have to make a guest list, and you also have to remind them. Those are some tips for you. And here's another example of what it looks like. You know, you can just be sharing your oils, your own personal oils with them, and giving them in a sense of being able to smell them, feel them, and, you know, diffuse them while you're going through the class. Okay, here doTERRA will even give you a class information, so you have the name, the phone number, the email, the way to get a hold of them. Then you want to share essential oil sample. You want to sometimes personalize the invitation, and then you want to maybe do a second day prior phone call. And then you have an option, same day text. And let me expand that. Hopefully you can see that. And same day text reminder, attended classes. I think when when I've seen people follow this format, I've definitely have seen the highest attendance in a class. So I am needing myself to improve more in this area, but I have seen the ones that have done it. Definitely works. And I know that when they do it to me, when I have somebody trying to invite me to an event or something, that's exactly what they're doing. And I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot. Oh yeah, I need to remember that. Or yeah, I better put that in my planner. So it's good that you're reminding them, not because, you know, you're trying to think that they're not going to go, but sometimes you generally are, you know, that person may forget, and you're helping them remember by just selling them these friendly reminders. Okay, so let's go to the last thing. And, you know, this takes them a little bit of a downtime to plan a class. You know, what, 30 minutes, 20 minutes, depends how great you are at it, about, you know, putting a little gathering together. So you want to determine the time and location, define your class topic or theme, create a guest list, send invitations, plan product sampling, door prizes, or other incentives. Now, don't be overwhelmed by that. Many times if you're working with somebody, I'm sorry, my phone just rang. If you are working with somebody like a mentor or somebody in your upline or somebody that enrolled you, a lot of times they will have these for you the first few times you're teaching a class, or that you wanting to host a class yourself. Or so we are here to support each other and help each other. So ask, you know, I think that's the best tip from me to give to you is ask, hey, would you be willing to help me with some of these things? And most often than not, you will get support in that area. So acquire some brochures, catalogs, and products. Oh my gosh, there's tons of this stuff. All of these are actually PDF or there are class materials. There's all in PDF format. You can also buy them as in your back office. You can go to third-party companies and grab some of that stuff. It's just, there's so much out there, and depending on your personality, depending on what, you know, how much, you know, you want to invest or not, like I said, you can print them off the internet. We can customize that to what your needs are for that class or event. Okay, follow up with attendance and on a reminder before the event. Okay, we went through that sheet. And then the class outline. The class outline normally looks like, what are essential oils? And again, all of this is available to you online, free. There's no major like you have to be an expert on this. I literally sometimes just put this picture up, just like this one, and I say, what are essential oils? And then I can read naturally aromatic compounds found in plants, very concentrated, 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs. This is a peppermint leaf under a microscope. We take the oils from these white sacs, pass around the peppermint, have them try it. Roof of mouth or breathe in. Peppermint is cooling, they stay alert, relieve tension, breathe easier, and soothe digestion, minty fresh breath. So, I mean, all of this will be in that class. TerraPad is what we refer to them, and it's all right there. You can literally read off of this, and then sometimes I'll just say, how do I use peppermint? Well, I diffuse it. I sometimes put it in my coffee. Sometimes I put it on the bottom of my feet, on my back of my neck, but to cool my body down. I mean, that's really what our essential oils, that's what it is. Okay, why doTERRA essential oils? Again, all of that information is in this TerraPad that literally will list bullet points of what certified pure therapeutic grade means. And just so that you remember, again, you have it already in your introductory packet. It's the introductory packet that you got with your first order. Everything is in there. There's no money, actual money investment that you really have to make. Here it has a doTERRA story, the mission statement. It has what are essential oils, what are the extraction methods, what is certified therapeutic grade. And I am getting tons of calls today, and so forth. So everything is in here. The uses, where do I begin? I mean, it literally, how do I use essential oils? Aromatically, it has the same chart in here. Everything is in your product guide. So you can even teach from your product guide. You can teach from the Living doTERRA Naturally guide. You can get one from a third party. There is no lack of in this area. We just got to get those to you and get them, give you enough time to review it. And sometimes somebody will teach your first class. So if you just want to be the person that wants to host it for the first time, we can do that. Or if you want to jump in and start teaching, we can help you do that as well. So again, this does not look like one specific box for this is how it goes. It's really about you and what you're comfortable, and how do we get you to the place you want to be at, and we are here to support you. Okay, so how do I purchase doTERRA essential oils? How do I improve my lifestyle? You kind of just share some of the oils you've been using. Pretty simple, right? How do I purchase doTERRA essential oils? We can just remember, how do we get online? Did we have somebody take an order? You just kind of mentioned a little bit of that, and we can do more one-to-one after the class. And then what are the benefits of becoming a doTERRA member? Well, we will review that with you as well, and so that you be reminded of that. If you watch my Living Naturally video before this one, we would have gone over some of that. Okay, what are the benefits? Okay, so what are the benefits of becoming a doTERRA member? Okay, we did that. What path should I take with doTERRA? Okay, well, first of all, I know you bought some bunch of oils. You want to learn how to use them, right? You need to use what you bought and make the most of your purchase. I definitely am very passionate about them, more than you can imagine. Like, I literally will go to your house if I have to, so you can use these oils, or do a Skype, or do a some type of meeting over the phone, just so that you can learn how to maximize the use of your oils. And then sharing again is very very open to any method or format that you want, you know what I mean, that you feel comfortable with. And building doTERRA business, well, that we will discuss in our next video. So I'm excited to share that part. I have a lot to say about that, and it's definitely it's just a lot to share in that area. So I just wanted to go ahead. I am so sorry, all these phone calls, and just share that make sure you watch my living the doTERRA lifestyle video, and then sharing doTERRA, which is this one, and then building a doTERRA business on my next video. So thank you so much for your time, and I am excited to keep sharing information with doTERRA about doTERRA. My name again is Laura Shull. I am with Improving Life Naturally with Laura Shull on Facebook page. So come and find me there too as well. And thank you so much.